back from lunch. I met a friend, and that is going to be the theme of this week's Thrifty and Thriving, about connecting. And I was excited to pull up and see little leaves. We haven't had any leaves yet, so that was pretty exciting, but we'll have a chat when I get inside. Hello, welcome to Pike Creek Farm. My name is Renee, and welcome to Thrifty and Thriving Thursday. I just came in from outside, and I had to show you because I was so excited that we had some little teeny tiny leaves. It has been a long winter, and in Michigan, it's real easy in the winter when it's like that to kind of isolate and not see people and, just stay home and stay warm. Well, we're past that season now, and part of thriving, I feel, is the connections with people. And that's what happened to me today. We have a nice tea today because I'm hoping it's going to be warm weather, spring. Anyway, I got off track there. I feel that the connections that we make, it's really important for our hearts and our mental health and just our overall well-being. I think we really need to connect to each other. It was easy to make connections when you're in high school and college, and even like when your kids are in school, you meet so many other parents. And as you get older, I think it's a little more challenging, and we can't just sit back and wait for people to reach out for us. We need to be the one reaching out. And you never know when that's going to have a really good impact on yourself and some other people. Today I met a friend. She was actually someone who I called on her business for my job that I retired from the newspaper, and they had a business for many years. We were raising kids the same age, and we just connected. So she became my friend, and she's gone through a rough patch. And, she was there when Natasha was diagnosed with cancer, and we were in the heavy-duty treatment. She was there for me, always. And now she's had some things that happened in her life that are not really pleasant. That's not even the right word to use. She's had some really challenging, tough times. 2 of her sons have died. And, when you lose 2 out of 4 children, there's a big chunk of your heart that's gone. And so we got together for lunch. I suggested to her, and we met and ate lunch, and then we stayed there for 3 hours talking. And I was drinking water, she was drinking a pop, and we just talked. Did a lot of listening. She did listening. Did we solve the world's problems? No. Did we solve our problems, our concerns? Her with dealing with the aftermath of that and her family. Me with Natasha having to go back into treatment and have radiation. But to have someone be there and listen, and then bring up things that we laughed about and the things that we like, and just having someone listen. And Jim is a wonderful listener. He, always listens, and I listen to him, but it's good to connect outside of this home too. So we had a great time. And I need to make more an effort to reach out and do that with my friends. I don't work every day. I have free time now, and that's what I wanted free time for, was to do things and not just be stuck in the work rut. So that's thriving. That's my example today that really hit home for me about how important it is that we make these connections, and we can be thrifty while we do it, and it will make us thrive, and it will help them thrive. So I wrote down some different ideas. Today was a treat because I went out to my favorite restaurant and, bought her lunch, and it was a special day. I don't do that all the time. I haven't been to that restaurant in months and months. And it was lunch. It wasn't extravagant. It was really nice though. It was really good. But I came up with ideas on things that we can do, that I can do to make these connections and to reconnect with friends or connect with new people, and just bring that circle together. Rekindling an old relationship or building a new friendship help us so many ways. It helps boost our mental health wellness. It makes us happy. I was happy today. And it also can lead to idea sharing and resource sharing. She has family coming up, and we talked about different places to go. She gave me ideas for different food places. I mean, we share ideas and resources, and that's another benefit from making the connections. And there's so many ways that we can have a meaningful friendship, relationship. It doesn't have to be going to a restaurant and having lunch. Sending a card or an email or a letter in the mail, snail mail, it just is really special to people. I got one this week. A friend from church sent me this. She asked in church if I would be interested in that. She was cleaning out and she found, it's our house back in 1967 when they did a bunch of upgrades for the electricity and they had an open house here. So that was we enjoyed it so much. We were so excited to get that in the mail and open it up. Mail makes us happy when it's, things like this, not the bills. So that's one way we can connect and make new friends or rekindle old friendships. Another way, and it's really simple, invite someone over for coffee or meet them just for a cup of coffee. If they invite you to your place, take the time to do it. Don't say, oh, I'm busy or I need to do this. You can take a half hour. You can put a time limit on it, but you can take the time to connect, whether it's at your place, at their place, or someplace neutral. And it doesn't have to be a whole meal. But simple coffee, tea, maybe a dessert. Summertime's coming, iced tea. I have a deck out here. Invite them to come out and have dessert and tea and just chat. So just use what you have available. And maybe you're like me. I tend to be hypercritical of myself. Oh, my place isn't good enough. This isn't nice enough. Or they're going to look at this and just shake their head. I don't think people do that as much as we think they do in our own mind. I know I don't do that when I'm invited to someone's house. I'm thankful to be there. Another idea of making connections is making a swap circle. And we kind of started this in church. I like to do jigsaw puzzles, and I put that I had some if anyone wanted any. Well, someone from church, she wanted 3 of them that she's working, then she's passing them on. And then someone else at church was asking about it. And my clock's going off. So swap circles, whether it's puzzles or books. Swap circles are a great way of making friends and reconnecting. And it can be people in town, people in church, people in an organization. It can be new people. You can just put it out there and start this swap circle. It's springtime. Seeds, swapping seeds. Our library is doing that. So you can go there and they're having planting times and you can meet some new people. And then meals. Thursday this week, I am taking a meal to a family in church who just had a baby. So I get to see a new baby. I get to talk to this young couple and take them a meal. And then help them out. So it kind of deepens that connection. I talk to them in church some, but this is going to be on a more personal level. And I'm really excited about it. So I'm making baked pasta and Caesar salad and French garlic bread, and then some homemade cookies to take to them. And of course, a gift for the baby. You know, you have to do that. Well, you don't have to, but I am. Another way of making connections that is very frugal and thrifty is volunteer. When you volunteer for something at your church, something in your community, civic organizations, you're going to meet new people and people that share your interest. That's really cool. So look at nonprofits. There's so many places where volunteers are needed that you will meet people and you will feel good inside for what you're doing. Another way of reconnecting is contacting your old friends, newer friends, your neighbors, and talk about meeting up at a free event. My community, starting in June, has Friday night concerts like twice a month, and there's food trucks there, but you can bring your own food. You just take your chairs to sit on or your blanket, whatever you want. And there's so many people that come. It's like a reunion. So invite your friends to go to events like that with you, and or go to it on your own, and you're going to find people that you know or people that you want to talk to. So what I would like to see us do, and I'm going to do it, is let's all try to connect or reconnect with people and keep the budget to like $5. Do it for $5 or less. And what can we do that will connect us with other people and make everyone happier and thrive, but be thrifty at the same time? So I gave some ideas, you know, invite people for coffee or iced tea and have a dessert. You can do that for under $5. Go to an event. Give me your ideas. What will you do this week to connect with someone or a group of people for $5 or less? Give me some ideas, because we all can share the ideas. So that is my Thrifty and Thriving chat this week, and let me know what you think. And I just know, even though I don't see all of you, when you leave messages down below, I feel a connection, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you. And if just this little thing can make such an impact, think how else we can make impact for ourselves and for others. So let's all work on thriving through our connections, through being thrifty and thriving. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you next time at Pike Creek Farm.